Brian Deegan for many, many years up until this year. Brian Deegan has won 7 rounds of competition in a Prolite at this racetrack. Keith Stamper is a great addition to that team. There's a look at the points.
RJ Anderson with a slight lead over Jared Brooks, then Brad DeVerde, who's been out injured. And we will see how it shakes out here tonight. And exciting to see Beat. And right next to him, how about Brandon Arthur as we take a look at our starting grid. RJ Anderson and Brock Heger coming out of row 2, then Travis Picoy, very new to the class, and Jared Brooks out of row 3, then DeVerde and Jeff Hoffman from row 4.
Let's go back to row 5. We find DJ Knorr and Jeremy Stenberg, Casey Curry and Ray Griffith in row 6, then Bean and Dustin Nelson in row 7, Mikey Lawrence and Ronnie Anderson fill out row 8 in this huge field of Prolites.
Moving back to row 9, Cole Mamer and Brock Dickerson, then Cody Curry and Justin Peck in row 10, Wade Wyman and Ronnie Feist in row 11, Taylor Atchison and Sarah Burgess coming from row number 12. This is gonna be a dogfight. I expect a bit of a mess, and we'll see how it goes. As Autometer says, let's rev it up.
And DeVerde just gets demolished through turn number 1 as they run into him, eventually turn him all the way around. The rookie who was in the hunt for the championship here this year, and man, that's a tough turn 1 for him.
And it really looked like DJ Knorr, the number 40, he gets pinched in there, but he really just drives through. I mean,
well, I got to tell you, Travis Picoy is part of that as well. Travis looked like he went down there to try and stop DJ Knorr from passing, and they both went into the back of DeVerde.
Not a lot of friends racing here when you're on the track. Taking a look for the first time at the off-camber. That's a very tricky section of the race course. All those turns go together, which equal front straight speed. And I hesitate just a little bit there. You just got to link it all together to be as fast as you can down that front straight. RJ Anderson in the lone mark, number 37, the red and white truck, our points leader. Trying to be careful not to get in the back of other vehicles and keep it clean while he's got a battle from Jared Brooks.
Yeah, Jared Brooks got on a tear here a year ago and went on 3 straight, and he gets up on the bike. Wow, what a big save right there early on. And it was RJ Anderson who's lost a championship at this racetrack, and Hoffman goes off the track.
The number 47 redirects, has to get back on the track. He'll have to do it safely.
And that was a good save. I mean, the K-rail was right there, could have ended his day.
For sure.
So Jared Brooks right there on the back bumper of RJ Anderson. Anderson, of course, in the hunt for the championship, as is Brooks. That's number 1 and number 2 of the points.
The youngster, the blue truck you keep seeing, that's Brock Hager. As a caution comes out, we're gonna re-rack him just for fun.
And Twitch right there behind our leaders as well, having a good run so far. Oh man, it's gonna be Jeff Hoffman again off the track.
I think when he tried to get back on the track, he got stuck. Here's a look at what happened to Jared Brooks. Nice 2-wheel. I mean, great stunt driving. And then, you know, the 47, I think he could have checked up to keep himself on the track. He wanted to race for that space, and then this happened. This is an official no parking zone, so the officials had to throw the yellow to unstick the number 47.
Tough bit there for Hoffman, so he'll go to the back of the pack, and they'll re-rack him as you talked about, and immediately we will go green here once again. Brandon Arthur out front with that number 6 truck. Ryan Beat with his first pole of the year has a little bit of work to do to get back around him.
The number 6, the yellow competitive metal sponsored truck. Now Brandon Arthur, very quick, and he has been able to finish on top of that box, so he knows how to make it win. And he is a tough driver. You know, he really carries great speed around the track when you watch him drive as we go on board with the Rockstar Energy Drink. Lunar Page is sponsored, number 51 of Ryan Beat.
Yeah, and Ryan Beat, if you go back a few years, is in the hunt for the championship inside of this class. He has a ton of talent, but as Rob Clipper talked about, he's really had an up and down season here. Full colors from Rockstar here this year. It was a big moment for him. And we'll see how he does here at Las Vegas as, again, we go back to this points battle. RJ Anderson with 3 wins at this track. Jared Brooks with 2. And Brooks not letting him get away.
Little touch there, a little touch, that's all right. That corner there at the end, right before the front straight, is notorious for contact and issues and black flags. And unfortunately,
Bean.
Justin Bean Smith, the BF Goodrich sponsored number 19, has inverted. Let's take a look and see if we caught what happened. Look in the back on the bottom there. Got some help.
Man.
Little Casey Curry help there. Is that what that was?
That was a big moment is what that was. And man, Bean has just had a tough year, and that's really not good right there.
He wants out right away. The crew is right on it. He's got a little fire, but it caused a lot of panic for the driver. I've been in that situation, and I'll tell you, there is nothing more uncomfortable than fire inside of the cab.
Very scary moment there for sure. All right, there's a look at the top 5. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the General Tire Fight Under the Lights, presented by Rockstar Energy. We are at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Justin Bean Smith just had a huge wreck, courtesy of Casey Curry, and then caught on fire. Keep in mind, Bean just got back. He missed a couple of rounds after a huge wreck at Estero Beach, where he really ate it there as well. So we're glad to see him get out of the truck, and he's okay.
He ate it there, but made it hard to eat because he lost a tooth on that one. So thankfully, all looks good now. He's going to be out of the race, and Brock Heger on the gas.
All right, speaking of Justin Bean Smith, Rob Klepper's caught up with him. Let's go down and hear more.
Guys, it's great to see Justin Bean Smith back at the racetrack after a vicious crash down in Mexico, and another pretty good flip here today. What happened from your standpoint?
Yeah, you know, I took a big hit in Mexico and had to sit out Reno and get the truck ready. But today we were running decent. Some people spun out in front of me. We went back a little bit, started working our way forward, and appears Casey Curry just decided that he was going to run into me on the chicane and flip me over end, and I guess new age bumper cars. So I don't know what's up, but I thought we were going to have some good, clean racing today, but it doesn't appear that way. I guess it's just bumper cars and for rich kids.
Thanks, Justin.
Thank you.
You know, and I got to say, as a driver, you're going to be very upset when something like that happens, but there's a handful of officials up in the top, and that was a mid-pack wreck. I mean, somebody has to be looking right at that to catch it and then have conviction to throw a black flag. I'm not saying it's right that he didn't get black flag. I'm just saying that it's very difficult to see everything out here.
Well, and you can definitely see the frustration with Justin Smith. I mean, his truck was destroyed, basically. He builds his own truck, preps it, fabricates it. He created the truck, as does Casey. And, you know, generally they've been good friends, but it sounds like Bean's not too happy. And you saw putting his arms up on the side of the track at the number 2 Monster Energy sponsored Jeep of Casey Curry, who we're looking at there, the green lights underneath.
That was Ronnie Anderson, by the way, who was doing a little wall ride there, way up on the berm, kept trucking on down through there.
And in case you're wondering, that is the younger brother of RJ Anderson, our points leader.
On board with Cole Mamer, busy inside of that truck and in a vicious battle as well. I saw Brad DeBerti in there trying to pick his way back up to the front again. Oh man, there's a big moment. That is Travis Pecoy, one of the young guns, a rookie inside of this field, and he gets into the back of Cole Mamer. Those two kids have battled in the trophy card class, but he really upset Cole's truck. He got it up on the bike there and had to save it, and now the 77 truck goes underneath RJ. RJ responds. Oh, man.
Oh, that was so close.
That was really close.
Well, actually, Brooks, the number 77 General Tire sponsored truck, had to save it in one of those ruts, and look at this.
Again, another huge fire here, this time with the 23 truck of Brock Dickerson, and it looks like the 35 truck, that is going to be Cole Mamer, have gotten together. Let's see if we can find out what happened.
Looks like Pecoy, Mamer, Dickerson, and you know, everybody's truck's not going to fit right in one spot, and you can't stay in the gas into each other. These guys all came from the trophy car classes, and in my opinion, I think they need a talking to. You can't race into each other like that. Someone can get hurt, and I think it's unfortunate. No respect for the equipment or each other.
Yeah, Brock Dickerson just ran right down in there and got into the left rear. Pecoy launched him, and he collected Cole Mamer. Sketchy stuff. We'll be right back. All right, again, we're back here with the Prolite category at the General Tire Fight Under the Lights, presented by Rockstar Energy Drink. Brandon Arthur's been out front the entire time. Ryan Beat having a good race right behind him. Then it's Brock Hager there in third place, trying to hang on to it as well.
Here comes Beat on the bottom.
Brandon Arthur, you talked about him before. He's been so solid this year, already picking up a couple of wins.
Carries the speed really well. The way they set up the truck, he's able to, you know, he's comfortable going to those outsides or wherever it takes to carry the speed. And even with someone like Ryan Beat right there, he's not afraid to open up the line because he realizes and knows that he can carry that speed and be quick. So there's a lot of confidence coming from that number 6 right now. Berm shot from Ryan Beat.
He's been on the podium 7 times this year. I mean, he has really developed. We saw him pick up some speed, but didn't have the consistency a year ago, but now he has really put it together. He was deep in the points early on, and now he's up inside of the top 5, currently 4th in the points. So Brandon Arthur's really come on board, and Ryan Beat having a good run here as well.
Taking a look a little further back, the Toyo Tires number 88, that is Jeremy Twitch Stenberg of Freestyle Motocross fame.
And if you remember a little bit earlier in the race, Twitch was actually behind both Jared Brooks and RJ Anderson.
Well, there's no denying that Stenberg has oodles of talent, and no matter what he puts his head into. So I would expect he's going to be able to really get a hold of the off-road racing thing as well. And, oh, that was...
ran out a little talent there.
We can't see exactly how that went down, but lots of contact. Let's take another look. And it looks like under braking. Looked like he tried to set up on the outside.
I think you've been the subject of one of those, courtesy of Brian Deegan at one time, and it's just no fun. I mean, that's definitely black flag status there, too, if an official was watching that. Fortunately for Stenberg, he gets away with it.
And with 20, oh, there it is. There's the black flag. So we didn't hear it over the radio. So Stenberg gonna set it down for a stop and go in the hot pit. That's what the result of the black flag will be, which will put him all the way in the back of the pack.
And a good call by the officials up there as well. As we talked about, I mean, so much out there to watch, especially in this category. It is the largest professional class we have on the track. But Stenberg, you can't pound on somebody in the top 3. They're probably going to see that.
Yeah, and you know, sometimes I really understand the officials too. You know, sometimes people say, oh, well, there should have been a black flag, and there definitely should have been. But they don't have the luxury of all the instant replays right there. It's an official up over the corner. They have to make a snap decision pretty much, and sometimes it goes the right way, sometimes it doesn't.
There's a look at DeBerti right behind him. We go back, Casey Curry, and that number 2 truck has been in the thick of the battle, and presumably the reason that we saw Justin Bean Smith go for a huge ride, and the caution flag's going to come out as they race to the stripe here. So we'll regroup this crazy pack once again. Yeah, nobody is sitting down here for this race at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. It is crazy out there as the Tonka truck comes out there and finds a hanger, picks that up, maybe a part of a bumper, whatever the case.
Oh, what is this?
What a shame for Ryan Beat.
That's a tough one.
Yeah, another tough moment for Ryan Beat. As we talked about, it's kind of been up and down. He's been on the podium a couple of times this year. Did pick up a win in round 3, but he is out of here early in round 15. Again, they regroup him quickly, throw the green flag. Brandon Arthur out front, RJ Anderson now on the back bumper.
And you see again, Brandon Arthur not afraid to run his own line. Let's see what he does with RJ right behind him. That yellow and black Toyo Tires, Rigid Industries, competitive metals truck again runs his line.
And that was Cody Curry in that blue number 22. He drove into that turn way deep, got into the side of DeBerti. DeBerti had to gather it up, and then he got collected in the back by Casey Curry. So DeBerti gets turned around like a pinball, courtesy of the Curry brothers.
Well, Cody actually got by him on the inside, so I'm not really going to put fault on Cody, but
he used Stenberg as a berm to get stopped.
Hey, I like the door-to-door racing. That's the way I used to do it. You know, I think it's good. But white flag is out, and Brandon Arthur going for a wire-to-wire on this thing.
Yeah, we'll see if this field can keep it clean for one more lap. In the meantime, let's check in with Rob Klepper, who's with Ryan Beat.
Thank you guys for Ryan Beat. Very fast race truck all day yesterday, all day today. Looked like you were poised for another podium finish. And is it an alternator belt that came off tonight, bud?
Yeah, unfortunately, it looks like we lost an alternator belt for about 3 laps there. The dash was blinking at me. I knew something was wrong, but I was just trying to run it out as long as we could. But keep getting cautions every 2 laps. You can't even run a clean race out here. It's pretty ridiculous. So all I can just say is give it up for my Rockstar Lunar Pages General Tire Lone Mart team. We've been working our butts off, and you know what? It shows. We're fast. So big shout out. Thank you.
Yeah, it was like this a couple of years ago with the class almost every race, and the officials really got up on the wheel after these guys, and they calmed down and started racing pretty good. But it's been a bit on the ugly side here tonight. Nonetheless, Brandon Arthur's going to come across the stripe and pick up his 2nd win on the season. Very excited about it. Congratulations to him. Solid effort here as he goes flag to flag.
And there are some beat-up trucks out there, but not the number 6. She's looking good, keeping her shiny. No contact, ran his own lines. Great race by Brandon Arthur. We're going to talk to them all on the podium when we return, and the Pro 2s later.
Gorgeous shot of the lights from the city of Las Vegas here at the General Tire Fight Under the Lights, presented by Rockstar. Let's go down and talk to our winner.
Guys, if you look what Brandon Arthur has done as of late, this is his 8th podium finish here in 2015. Really, after round number 4, this truck came alive, my friends. 2nd win of the year, a very dominating performance, and without a rearview mirror, you missed all the action behind you. But how did you get through all those cautions that we had here tonight, man? Nice job.
Oh, you know, it was pretty stressful out there. You know, leading the whole race ain't always fun, and you know, having all those cautions makes it all the more intense. And you know, and the couple of times you were getting ready to go green and something would happen and we'd have another caution lap, and you know, you're just sitting in your truck stewing, just, you know, hoping and praying nothing goes wrong. And you know, I couldn't do it without competitive models. Those guys are awesome. Rigid Industries, Pro Traffic, Toyo Tires, Method Race Wheels, Redline Indians, all those guys. You know, Lucas, they put on a great show for us, and you know, they gave us a great track to race on, and I couldn't be any more happy.
Brandon Arthur, guys, win number 2 here in 2015.
Great job for sure, and we'll talk to the podium finishers, but what about an epic job by Ray Griffith, and can you believe it, in his first race in the series, Cody Curry with the top 5. Take a look at the rest of the pack as we head it down to 2nd place and hear what he thinks about the finish.
And thank you, guys. Your current Prolite points leader, Mr. R.J. Anderson, comes home 2nd. Looked like nobody had anything for the 6 truck here tonight, but talk about the battle here tonight under the lights.
Yeah, in the beginning it was a little slick, and I honestly didn't have much for anyone. Luckily, I started up there, and I knew the track was going to come to us, you know, and we were right in the thick of a battle, so it was like, we got to go inside, but the fast line for me was running the cushion tonight, and me and Jarrett had an awesome battle. He got by me, and I looked out with the caution there, but awesome battling all the way around. That was a bummer for my Lone Mart teammate, Ryan Beatty. He pulled off under the yellow, but man, what a battle. I mean, we're right in the thick of this points thing, and I was trying to play it as safe as I could, never put the truck up on 2 wheels, and was just trying to play it safe. This track was biting a lot of people tonight, and I didn't want to be a victim of that, so these guys gave me an awesome Lone Mart Pro Light here tonight, and Walker was racing with the BFG tires on it. Hooked up awesome, and I'm, man, just got to keep these consistency rolling.
Absolutely amazing. How about 12 podiums and 14 starts for R.J. Anderson? Puts another couple of points on Jared Brooks. That's how you win championships, and R.J.'s seen both sides of it here at this racetrack for sure. Let's go back down to the podium.
Guys, for Jared Brooks, trying to chase down the 37 of R.J. Anderson and win this Pro Light Championship this year, and you guys were battling lap after lap. It seemed like you came up short coming home in the 3rd spot, but are we happy with the podium finish tonight?
Oh yeah, first of all, I want to thank my whole general crew. They all came out here, so I'm super pumped just to get up on the box for them. But you know, me and RJ have been going back all 4th this year, and you know, it makes it fun. You know, me and him both race each other so clean, and you know, it's come down to the last straw where I really need to pick it up, and I need to just start beating him, but it's so tough. You know, we're both so fast, but you know, I'm just so pumped to get back up here. We threw a setup at it, and it's working good for this night race, so I'm pumped. You know, my whole crew's been working their butt off, and just to get up here again this time, General Tire, Maxima, Rigid Industries, Fox, and my whole family, my dad, crew chief Jesse, John, and just everyone that helps me out. I'm just super pumped to get up here again.
Points battle will continue, guys, as Jarrett Brooks come home 3rd, 1 spot behind R.J. Anderson. They'll take it to the next round.